Hi there, welcome to I Lone Fly Tarot. I'm going to do a tarot card reading for Aquarius energy. For this round of tarot card readings, or the 12, I'm going to use this deck that I got out here. I think it's Arcana Wisdom Oracle or deck. And then we're going to get clarifiers on it and fill out the story of what might be going on in Aquarius energy. Okay, we have the Hangman, the Queen of Wands, the Empress, and the Page of Wands. And the reason for the reading is the Five of Wands not showing itself. Some people could be letting go of their more prideful, egotistical, competitive nature to align with love. We've all got free will and we've all got this dualistic nature. Are we going to align with our more prideful, egotistical nature, defensive nature, immature, selfish, greedy, lustful nature? Or are we going to align with our loving nature? Those of you who have been enlightened to the truth that life's about love and believing in yourself and believing you can manifest your dreams into reality, you're taking bold and brave, confident action to kind of nurture your inner child nature. We're the only one who can abandon our dreams of childhood and what we want to bring into reality of love. And you're taking bold and confident action to defend your dreams. You are willing to invest time, energy, and effort to give birth to a new life emotionally. You're letting your bold, creative, inspired nature quit being in your pride and ego, competing, focus more on things of the world, and you're aligning with your loving nature, believing in yourself. That's awesome. For others, watch out. You might have someone who feels stuck, who wants to try to manipulate you by making you an offer so that you won't keep moving forward in your life. They want you to exchange resources with them in a foundation or relationship and have a new beginning with them. Probably because you're loving and you're giving and you're nurturing and all that, but they want to be in their pride and ego. For some, you're going to have to listen to your intuition. Just like we have this dualistic nature within us, those are the different type of people that are out in the world. There's people that would love to be in a relationship with you. They're in their shadow nature. They want to be your friend or your family member or coworker, but they want to be in their shadow nature. They want to be emotionally defensive. They want to be in a relationship where they're not balanced within themselves. You know, they don't offset and have good discipline within themselves. They want to be in a relationship with you to indulge themselves in a relationship, maybe manipulate you, maybe control you, be in a relationship with you for pride, ego, lust, greed. And then there's other people in the world who want to be in a relationship with you and be your friend or whatever, work with you in a family dynamic because they wish the best for you. They love you. They want to be open and honest with you. They do have good discipline against their more selfish, greedy, indulgent, immature nature. And you have to listen to your intuition. You have people who want to have a creative new beginning with you. Are they going to hide that they're doing it out of pride and ego or competitiveness to get in a relationship with you? Or are they people who are no longer in their prideful, egotistical nature? The Five of Wands is Leo nature, and they've aligned with love. So they offset their shadow nature because they have good discipline within themselves. They've taken bold action within themselves to stay focused and balanced from a foundation of love within themselves. So let's see. For those of you who are moving forward in your relationship, in your life, and if there was some people, if it was your own kind of fearful, insecure, self-limiting belief nature, or your kind of prideful, egotistical, worldly nature, whatever it was, you're letting go of that person or that way of being because you want to be aligned with love within yourself and loving relationships. So The people who might have felt stuck because someone wasn't investing in them, or people in their pride and ego previously were unwilling to invest in the Seven of Pentacles. Those people in their Leo nature and listening to their intuition are taking emotionally brave, confident action. The queens in tarot talk about our emotional state, whether we're male or female. The people who are taking emotionally bold, brave, confident action, they're looking to the future. They're no longer interested in repeating patterns of the past, getting in relationships or jobs or ways of being that they've done before. I've learned my lessons from that life experience. I want to grow and mature myself. Those people are like nurturing their inner child nature. They're taking bold, brave, confident action, intuitive action about relationships that didn't work out in the past, that caused regret. Maybe a Scorpio in their life who tried to make them be more focused on the past than believing in themselves and believing in their dreams. They're like, the people who want to move forward in life don't want their inner child nature of truth and wanting to build new and build fresh to keep being in regret. If we keep doing the same old things that we've always done and expecting a different result, that's like the definition of insanity, right? We keep doing the same thing over and over and over, and we keep expecting a different result. And the people who are listening to their intuition, what is my dream? What do I want to build? Where do I want my life to go? Those people are taking bold, brave, confident action to listen to their intuition so they don't keep repeating these same patterns that keep causing them to be in regret. And seeing maybe the truth and investing time, energy, and effort to deal with the regrets of the past so that they can move forward. We have to let go and release the past in order to move forward in life. We have to have seen the truth about the past. If that was actions we took, relationships in the past didn't work out. I was selfish. I was greedy. I was immature. I was indulgent. I was bossy. I was controlling. Or relationships didn't work out in the past and it made us defensive of moving forward before and had us in our pride and ego and emotional defensiveness because other people in our life that we thought was going to work with us in a loving relationship, they were kind of manipulative, or they were kind of selfish or greedy or bossy and controlling or prideful or egotistical or whatever. We have to be willing to see the truth about ourselves and see the truth of people of our past. And it's not to beat everyone up. It's just to, people are where they were at. We go within to gain insight and wisdom about the past and the hermit energy. We go within with a lantern, like to shed light on the things in our mind and our brain and our thoughts that we hadn't wanted to look at before, that we maybe kept in the dark. And shedding light on them is offering love and compassion. Everybody is where they're at, or was where they were at, because of their fears, their insecurities, the way they were brought up, their prejudices, blah, blah, blah. When we can just see the truth of it, we could have people in our life that made us fearful and defensive of moving forward in our life before because maybe people just manipulated us in the past. Maybe people, that alone can screw people up, much less a lot worse things, Sometimes people were defensive of seeing the truth about people in their past, that maybe they idolized people and thought, well, no, they're perfect. And if I admit that they were kind of manipulative, then I'd be like denigrating them or something, It's like, I don't know. Did any of you have infallible people in your past? We're fallible human beings. If there's people in your life that didn't encourage you and encourage you to believe in yourself and to listen to your intuition and to be bold and brave, maybe tried to get you to be more materialistically focused and image focused, even that can kind of screw up people's heads, We have to see the truth about the past so we can learn the lesson we were meant to learn, or we are doomed to keep repeating that same old pattern over and over and over. Maybe keep getting in relationships with those same type of people over and over and over. We have to learn that part of the lesson is to love ourselves and give ourselves the things that we wish those people had given us. If those people weren't loving or kind or encouraging or supportive or compassionate or open or honest, we need to treat ourselves that way every day. Treat ourselves with love and respect and kindness and compassion. Believe in ourselves. Forgive ourselves for being a fallible human being. It's the only way we can move forward. We have to learn how to love ourselves. We need to learn to forgive other people in our past so we can let them go, so that we can be bold and brave and confident to move forward and listen to our intuition, which tells us to learn our lessons and move forward in life. You want Empress energy. Again, the queens talk about our emotional state, male or female. Libra Taurus energy. You want to get the justice you deserve. The divine, the universe wants you to get the justice you deserve. Being enslaved in fear and insecurity because of the past, or it's no way to live your life. You're meant to be free. You were supposed to be bold and brave and confident enough to get the justice you deserve. And part of getting the justice you deserve is getting balanced within yourself, not letting the past dictate your future, getting balance between the past and what can be, living in the present moment to offset the past, offsetting our fear and insecurity with love and hope, to believe that we deserve to keep moving forward and get the justice we deserve. And Taurus energy, willing to put in the work and effort to get that balance. And then Empress energy also is about being creative and inspired and loving to yourself and to the world, and being able to give birth to a little heaven on earth, right? Maybe letting go, with the Ace of Swords in reverse, letting go of the idea that our loyalty, with the Queen of Cups facing to the past, that our loyalties to the past, there is no more truth to be had there. We can't keep recreating the past. Because see, the thing is, if we don't heal from the past and the people in our life who we felt didn't love us, or keep thinking we can recreate the past, that we don't have to learn and grow and mature ourselves, that's a lie. We can keep emotionally investing in the past, but the past isn't where our future lies. Then we have that Queen of Wands energy. We need to listen to our intuition to take emotionally brave, confident action within our own foundation of self and look to the future. Aquarius energy and the Queen of Swords, emotionally step back and see life from a higher perspective. The past is not our truth. Our truth lies in the future. Some people desperately want to keep recreating the past over and over and over and over again. Probably because it makes them feel safe. It's like their comfort zone. I don't want to have to see life from a higher perspective. But the divine and the universe keeps expanding and growing. We can't keep doing the same old things over and over in the past. That had its place in time. We're all supposed to have learned lessons from that, to boldly and bravely move forward and take the lessons we've learned to keep applying and growing upon it. That doesn't mean the past wasn't valuable, that the past wasn't loving, that the past wasn't good, but the past is the past. We're supposed to look to the future. We're supposed to have hope and faith and belief. We're supposed to put an emotional end to operating from our pride and ego that tells us, no, the past is where it was at. I've got to do things the way my parents did. I got to keep doing things the way I've always done it. It's like, you can do that, but you're never going to give birth to anything new. The past is not where our future is, and that's not where the truth is. The future lies ahead of us emotionally in Scorpio. Maybe we have to hold our sword up, maybe to our own Scorpio nature, or maybe we might have to put an end to a victory. If we thought before that we could repeat these patterns of the past, maybe being in shadowy energy where we tried to emotionally manipulate people in a foundation, where we were defensive to change because we wanted to keep operating in pride and ego, that is a part of us that needs to end. Because it's love that grows things. Being in our pride and ego, thinking we know better, that I don't have to be open and honest and loving. I can be defensive. I can be prideful and egotistical. You can. There's nothing new to learn there. Same old thing over and over. The people who are emotionally attached to the past try to emotionally manipulate people and foundations and be defensive to change and taking bold creative action to move forward in their life. Why? Because they're defensive. They get hurt doing that. Well, then they can keep repeating patterns of the past. The people who want to move forward in their life, those people, though they might love people from their past who maybe aren't speaking the truth, aren't aligned with the truth, they are aligned with their pride and ego and emotional defensiveness, or their more worldly nature, their more prideful, selfish, greedy, indulgent, immature nature, because those are all aspects of our shadowy side. Though you might love some people in your past, if those people aren't aligned with truth and love, you're taking bold, brave, confident action to listen to your intuition about a foundation that is defensive to change and operates from pride and ego, and that's what's dictating their life still. And you don't want to live your life like that or get in relationships with people who live their life like that. So you're taking bold action within your foundation to hold your sword up to someone. For some of you, it could be a Scorpio and a Leo in your life. Otherwise, it's just people who align with shadowy Scorpio Leo energy. They have no life-giving energy within them. They're not coming from a foundation of love. They keep trying to build their life not on love and hope and faith and belief. They're trying to grow a life on something that has no life-giving energy to it. It's not the truth. Trying to build your life on pride, ego, fear, insecurity, selfishness, greed, lust, indulgence at the expense of being just and fair and open and honest and loving and respectful and disciplined and balanced, they can go have a victory in life. It's just going to grow more of the same. They'll have more money. They'll have more indulgence. It's not anything that can last long term, that will bring long-term, loving, abundant relationships. It might give them things. They might indulge in things of the world. They might have money and materialism. They're not investing in love. You've seen life from a higher perspective. You believe in yourself. You believe in your dreams. You've put an end in the death card to operating from your more prideful, egotistical, selfish, greedy, immature nature. You took bold, creative action to overcome your more worldly based nature of making your life about those things. You want to move forward in true victory, which I want to be open and honest. I don't want to be enslaved by my fear, my insecurity, my pride, my ego, my lust, my greed. I want to have true victory in my life. I want to overcome that more base way of being. And I want to take creative, inspired action in my life to give birth to a new life. I want to nurture my inner child dreams and hopes. I want them to come into reality. And if we keep operating from our emotionally defensive, prideful, egotistical nature, we've abandoned our own dreams. So if there was people in your life who tried to get you to operate more from pride and ego, you're holding your sword up to them. If they tried to put an end to your victories in life because they're trying to emotionally manipulate you, they want you to be defensive to other people in your life who maybe have even emotionally detached from you, because if you before previously aligned with some people who are kind of trying to manipulate you, the Queen of Wands can be the other man, other woman. If you previously had aligned with some people in your life that were trying to manipulate you or control you because of their own wants, needs, lust, greed, tried to get you in your fear and insecurity to keep aligning with them or to align with them out of your pride, your ego, your lust, your greed, you're holding your sword up to them. Those people are stopping you from believing in yourself and getting your dreams to come into reality. Why would they do that? Because they don't do that within themselves. They don't put an end to their prideful, egotistical nature of wanting to control and manipulate other people, or their more prideful, egotistical, selfish, addicted nature. People who are living from their shadow side don't want other people to go live their life of their dreams, usually. They didn't. Who wants to see other people go have a creative, bold, new beginning where they exchange resources with other people who are stable and grounded and abundant, who are loving and warm and authentic? We're either open and honest and authentic, or we hide our true nature because we could get hurt. So out of fear and insecurity, we bury our more loving, bold, creative aspect. We bury that aspect of ourselves, and we wear a social mask in the world. Look at me, I'm loving, I'm nurturing, I'm stable, I'm abundant. Oh, by the way, if you get in a relationship with me, I'm going to be kind of a fake person, a shallow person. I'm going to operate more out of pride and ego. I might compete with you. I might end up getting jealous and envious of you. Maybe some people or people you have in your life didn't want you to go have a new beginning. Maybe exchange resources with a Virgo. People who've went within to gain insight and wisdom, who've learned lessons in life, who don't operate from pride and ego and competitiveness, who are open and honest and loving and warm and in life-giving energy. There could be some people that had people in their life who, because they're not open and honest and authentic and they're not bold and creative, other people had other people in their life who stopped them from working together wanted people to align with them because they were competitive. They wanted to be in control. They were competitive. I don't want you to go be with the loving, nurturing people in the world. I want to control you. I want to manipulate you. I want you. Some of you could have been dealing with a Libra, Taurus, a mother figure, someone who you viewed as loving. You could have seen the truth that this person in Queen of Cups, for some of you, maybe a Scorpio, but again, someone who you could have thought was loving, that you had a mutually loving relationship. Some of you have seen the truth that person wasn't really dealing with you from a foundation of having your best interest at heart. They were trying to manipulate your foundation. They wanted you to be defensive to moving forward in your life and taking bold creative action and believing in yourself and believing in your skills and your talents and trusting love, trusting other loving people in your life. Because if anybody had someone like that in their life, then these people from their past couldn't manipulate them and control them, and they maybe drive pride and ego out of that. They aligned with me. They didn't go forward with the loving, bold, creative, authentic people. They still want to be in a relationship more with me than you. Did they give a damn about the person who they tried to manipulate and stop from believing in themselves, from believing in love? If anybody has realized that operating from pride and ego of the Pisces hangman was not a good investment. Nothing can grow from operating in shadowy pride and ego. We need to see life from a new perspective and become enlightened to the truth. And the people who have become enlightened to the truth could see that some people in their life were defensive to them growing and maturing because they didn't want them to move forward, because then they would be left in regret. No, stay here. Let me stop you from moving forward because I don't want you to move forward because I'm stuck back here because I have regrets and pain and heartbreak and fear and insecurity that I don't want to deal with. So I want you to stay back here with me. Let's watch those other people go away and give birth to a new life. Let's go watch them have a brand new beginning, being bold and brave and confident in love. You stay back here with me. And just like our shadow nature, Queen of Wands, Leo energy, our pride and ego and shadow side wants to do that to us. If we are tempted to align with that nature in ourselves, there's all sorts of people in the world that would love to get in our ear, to have us align with them. Stay back here. Let's be in our pride and ego. Let's not invest in being enlightened to the truth. Let's stay in our defensiveness and our immaturity. Let's keep investing in things that only keep causing us more regret. Let's not be bold and brave and confident to believe we can manifest our dreams into reality. Queen of Wands, it could be the other man, other woman. Could be a Leo in their life. Could be an air sign, living more from our mind and our worldly nature than Pisces hangman can be about. Pisces is emotional, intuitive, creative, inspired water sign energy. Someone in their pride and ego, living more from their mind and their heart, more focused on money and materialism, those are the type of people that have regret in their own life because they're defensive to being a student of life, of going within to gain insight and wisdom about why they have these fears and insecurities, why they don't believe in love, why they don't have hope and faith and belief in themselves. And then those are the kind of people that when they get in relationships with people or have friends who aren't about investing in the world, who do believe in listen to their intuition and believe in their dreams, they try to stop them from moving forward. No. Because if I were to move forward with you, I have to deal with my regrets and get over my past pain and heartbreak, because we have to let go of the past to move forward in our life. And some people never want to self-reflect. Some people never want to deal with, well, why did those relationships not work out? Was I prideful? Was I egotistical? Was I controlling? They just want to have blindfolds on and not deal with anything. So some people had other people, their shadow nature stopping them, and then other people came in to encourage them to be in that nature that tried to stop them from moving forward. Some people, because they listen to these people, aren't giving birth to a new beginning and taking bold creative action to align with their own loving nature and align with loving people in their life. Some people have let their own prideful, defensive nature, their worldly nature, living more from their mind than their heart, who don't want to deal with their past pain and heartbreak. Those people, they're in shadowy Pisces energy. They feel stuck. They don't want to invest in taking bold creative action in love. So they are operating from pride and ego and defensiveness, and they might make an offer to someone in the world, maybe a Libra, Taurus, or a mother figure. If they're in shadowy energy, they want to be in a relationship with people who will indulge them being in their more immature nature. I want you to love me like a mother would love me. I want you to indulge me being like an immature child in a relationship. They may try to tempt someone by offering them things of the world, that's not a cup of love, to come back and get in a relationship with them. But the people who are listening to their intuition, the queens in tarot can talk about us being connected in with our intuition. The people who believe in themselves and their dreams Though they might love this person from the past, they will see that this person from the past isn't speaking the truth. They're not aligned with the truth. And those people who want to give birth to a new life are going to be bold and brave within their foundation to turn their back on these people from their past, to emotionally detach from these people in their past, and take that bold creative action to get over their pride and ego, their competitive nature, because they might be tempted. We're all tempted by those things of the world, right? Sex, drugs, rock and roll, money, materialism, status, image. But they're going to take bold creative action to overcome their more worldly nature, to believe in themselves, to nurture their own inner child nature dreams, to exchange resources with a foundation based on life-giving energy. We all have the free will. Are we going to align with exchanging resources with the world and pride and ego? Or are we going to exchange resources with a foundation that's illuminated to the truth, where people are authentically themselves, where people are in life-giving energy? The people who are moving forward are letting go of the competition. So just as they say, I'm not going to align with my shadow nature, I'm also not going to be tempted by people who try to get me to align with them based on my more base nature. I choose love. And the people who don't, because, they can be equally tipped out of balance, they're more loving nature and prideful nature and wanting to look like a shining star in the world. This would be kind of letting their emotions make the decision, letting their prideful nature, letting Aquarius energy and shadow can be wanting to look like a shining star in the world. And if somebody, just like their own prideful, egotistical, worldly, selfish, indulgent nature, wants them to keep aligning with doing things the way they've done it in the past, being tempted by their shadow nature where they don't give birth to something new, they don't take bold, brave, confident action to align with their more loving, life-giving nature, just as they could align with their more shadowy nature, they could align with people in their life who are like, encourage them to be that way. And it's offering them the things of the world. I'll give you sex, drugs, rock and roll, money, materialism, status, and image. Some people will say, even though intuitively they know maybe some people in their life aren't speaking the truth, because they're kind of tempted to get into a relationship or a marriage or a job where they could look like a shining star and they don't have to shed old ways of being and take creative, bold, confident action to move forward, they might give in to temptation and put an end to overcoming their competitive nature, their prideful nature, their fearful, insecure nature. They'll put an end to their positive, high vibe Leo energy, put an end to having that victory, and they'll decide. That way they also don't have to emotionally detach from anyone in their past or old ways of being. They can keep moving forward in the way they have been, which is non-life-giving energy. Operating from our pride and ego is not going to grow anything abundant for us. So it's like death energy. There's nothing more to be had from it. And shadowy Scorpio can be people who are emotionally shallow, people who decided, oh, well, life's just about death, sex, taxes, right? I'm going to move forward in my pride and ego. I am willing to take this job or get in this relationship because they're offering me those things of the world. And instead of taking bold, brave, confident action and speaking my emotional truth and seeing life from a higher perspective, I am going to move forward in my prideful, more immature nature, and I'm going to exchange resources with the world and maybe people of the world who have a lot of money and materialism, who want to have a new beginning with me. And I'm going to have a new beginning with someone who I view as a choice in love. Fives in tarot can mean about change and balance. They are not willing to change and get balance. They're choosing to let their more worldly nature, fearful, insecure, materialistic nature run their life. And instead of listening and aligning with the people in their life who are offering to work together with them from love, we reject outside of ourselves what we reject inside of ourselves. So if there's people right now that don't believe in themselves, don't know how to love themselves to get them out of their fear and insecurity or their pride and ego or emotional defensiveness, those people, it looks like, will have a new beginning with someone who's offering them a new financial beginning, because they're kind of still aligned with their more immature nature, indulgent nature, prideful, egotistical, materialistic nature, and someone is offering to exchange financial resources with them if they will have a new beginning with them, and they're going to get into that relationship operating from pride and ego, because someone is offering to have maybe a new intimate beginning with them if they'll continue to, instead of moving forward, that they'll come back and repeat a pattern of the past, to keep investing maybe in regret, investing in someone from their past who might be in regret, or keep thinking, oh, I don't dare move forward because, what if I feel like I missed an opportunity with this person and I'd have regret later? Well, if there's been someone in your past who previously operated from pride and ego and wasn't willing to invest, but now they're in a situation where they were left in regret and then they're defensive of growing and maturing themselves, they don't want to change, they're going to try to tempt someone to come back and get in a relationship with them that will indulge them like a mother would, let them be selfish or greedy or prideful or bossy or controlling. And if the people are tempted because this person might have money, they'll go back and get in a relationship with them because of their own shadow nature. Some of you could have felt stuck because maybe someone in their Taurus energy was unwilling to move forward in a relationship with you. You were kind of defensive of moving forward because you did have regrets about the past, but you did listen to your intuition. We're not supposed to feel stuck and defensive moving forward. We do have to work through that process emotionally. But if we keep taking bold, brave, confident action to deal with our regrets of the past, wrap our brain around it, keep believing in our future and what can be, our intuition might tell us that some people in the past who weren't being open and honest and loving were probably operating from pride and ego. And they weren't willing to deal with their issues of the past to move forward. And so sometimes those people try to manipulate us to want to do the relationship the way they want it done and try to make you feel stuck so that you will indulge them. And those of you who listen to your intuition, you could love someone, but either that person's being dishonest or something. And so you've seen the truth and you're putting an end to thinking you could have victory with someone in your past. Pisces, Taurus energy, people who aren't willing to see life from a new perspective, aren't willing to invest time, energy, and effort into dealing with their regrets of the past, who are defensive, who could be manipulative and maybe try to manipulate you to keep staying in a relationship where they're not open and honest and loving. And you said, I wish the relationship would have worked out, but you're not being open and honest. So I need to put an end to thinking I could have that could be a victory for me, because it can't be a victory until they let go of the past, see the truth, work through the past, and take their own bold, brave, confident action to give birth to a new life. You've got to meet them at some time in your future if it can work out. You can't go back to the past being the way it was. If people are being prideful and stubborn and egotistical, they have to be open and honest and loving. So you are keeping moving forward, staying balanced within yourself, uh, being very abundant within yourself, and being open and honest and loving within yourself, kind of maybe like not under illusions, and that other people who want to work together with you have to have taken that creative action to get balance within their own foundation and be illuminated to the truth that it's about taking bold, confident action in love, not being prideful, not being competitive. We need to take creative, inspired action regarding the inner conflict we have in order to get to love. And, it's kind of like not enabling poor behavior in other people. If other people are in their pride and ego, they don't want to invest in love, then you're like, I wish you peace, but I believe in myself and I believe in my dreams. And if you're not investing and you're sitting back there in your pride and ego, I wish you peace, but I'm moving on. I'm giving birth to a new life. If I had thought I could have victory and move forward with you, I see the truth, and that's that I can't. So I'm going to take some action to invest my time, energy, and effort, because the Pentacles talk about investing time, energy, and effort in the 3D world. You're looking to the future to invest time, energy, and effort in people who aren't in their pride and ego. People who are being open and honest and authentic and in life-giving energy. For some people, they could be watching another man, other woman. Also, as they're watching you high vibe people leave their life, they could also be watching, if they're in shadowy energy, they might want to be in a relationship with someone that isn't in high vibe energy because they don't want to invest in that. So if they think they know someone that they think they could tempt to get into a relationship with them because they operate from pride and ego, that person, for some, those people could have turned their back on someone because if they're in shadowy energy too, they want to be the pampered person. They want to be in a relationship where people exchange financial resources. That's the danger. When you have, say someone's in a relationship with someone, person 1 and 2. If this person is loving and kind and committed and giving, and this person's like, I don't want to do the work that you do to be emotionally balanced and open and vulnerable and all that. I think I can just go get in a relationship with someone else who's kind of like me, and then we can do a relationship because I think they kind of view life the way I do. Well, the problem comes up that the person they go to get in a relationship with, they're going to go get in a relationship. They want to be in a relationship with someone who they think either has fear and insecurity, is more materialistic and image focused, so they'll be willing to stay in a relationship with them for those reasons. Oh, they won't leave because they like money or they like image or they're fearful or insecure. But they could have gotten in a relationship with someone who is manipulative also. And if this person wanted to go get in a relationship with the other man or the woman, well, that person could have known someone else who might have been in regret. And it's like, I think I'm going to turn my back on you and see if I can go manipulate that person. Because that person, I think, will either be willing to indulge me, or maybe they're surrounded by abundance in life. And I think I no longer see my truth coming into reality with you or a relationship with you. I let that go. I decided I think I can manipulate someone else. And I think I can stop that person from believing in themselves. And if I can stop them, then maybe they'll be in their fear and insecurity and they'll exchange resources with me and either indulge me in my pride and ego being manipulative, or because they have a lot of money and materialism, I think I can manipulate them. Maybe if I take kind of immature sexual kind of action towards them, I can get them to get in a relationship with me and exchange money because they have money. If you had someone who you were being loving towards, and you were bold and brave and confident, and you wanted people to put an end to kind of being more prideful and egotistically driven or materialistically driven, and you wanted people to be more bold and brave and vulnerable in a relationship, and you had someone leave you, they could have went and either the pattern happened again, that they tried to manipulate someone else and it ended, or the person they went to go manipulate is kind of like them and motivated by the same things they are, and that person found someone else. And now the person who left you could feel stuck because nobody's investing in them. The bold, creative people are holding their sword up. They've dealt with the regret. They're giving birth to a new life and having a brand new beginning. The shadowy people that they went and invested in are defensive to them because they have their own regrets and fears and insecurities that they feed, and they don't want to be, maybe if this person wanted someone who is going to indulge them, they don't want to be the one to indulge them. It's like, I want to be indulged. I'm going to go find someone else who will indulge me. The whole thing is, when people are in shadowy energy, they have to find somebody who's kind of fearful and insecure just like they are. And then the risk is that person, two people in shadowy energy could both be people who want to be indulged. If they went and found somebody who isn't over-giving and over-loving, they could have found somebody who seemed like the dream come true, who initially could have offered them a new beginning to get in a relationship. But then once they got in a new relationship, the other person could have wanted to get in the relationship because of their pride and ego. Nobody was investing in them. I'm competitive. Come get in a relationship with me. Then they go get in a relationship with them, and then it's like, oh, well, I'm leaving. I really was just kind of investing in you letting go of that other relationship and leaving that person in regret. I'm competitive. And now that you did leave that person and you went and got in a relationship with me, well, I'm in my pride and ego and I don't really want to invest in you, and now I'm leaving you. And I'm going to go invest in someone else. Some people can be really icky, right? If anybody repeated a pattern of the past and they feel stuck, they have the free will choice. When this is like a universe card, the divine makes us feel stuck because the divine wants us to see things from a different perspective. Are we going to keep moving forward in our pride and ego and defensiveness and take action out of the fact that we feel stuck, and so we're going to go try to manipulate someone, trying to stop other people from believing in themselves and believing in their dreams, and hope we can entice that person to get in a relationship with us out of pride and ego, or the offer of exchanging things, money, hugs, kisses in the world? Are we going to go try to manipulate someone who who has money and materialism. People who are in shadowy energy because they feel stuck will either try to manipulate someone who's loving to get them to basically, you be a loving and nurturing person for me, okay? I'll give you my things of the world because I don't really do love, but I will operate from pride and ego. I will have intimacy with you and hope to get you tangled up in a relationship with me. For others of them, they'll take action towards someone who has money, try to get that person to quit believing in moving forward and living their authentic life, and hopefully get them entangled in a relationship so they'll exchange financial resources with them. Sometimes people are in shadow. It's like one or the other. Which one? I'll try to manipulate someone for one thing or the other. So I think you'll see people, and if anybody's learned their lesson and has become enlightened, that it is about love, because we all repeat patterns of the past until we learn the lesson we were meant to learn. If any of those people decide to become bold and brave and deal with their regrets of the past, they will have seen that their past ways of living their life they'll have seen it differently. They see through the illusion of it. And they'll start to take bold, brave, confident action, seeing life from a higher perspective. They'll put an end to making their life about pride and ego. And they will maybe even want to communicate with some loving people in their life. But they'd have to reveal the truth. It's just like if you say you tip in your shadow nature, and because of wanting to feel better, but not putting the work and effort to love and believe in yourself, you can want to feel better with the drugs or the alcohol or getting in relationships, and you get in relationships with people who aren't just and fair, and because again, if we don't know how to love ourselves, we have lessons to learn, and we'll probably get in relationships with people who are immature, who are selfish, who are reckless, who are disrespectful, for us to see the truth and be illuminated about the truth, that we need to invest in getting balance within our own foundation, to nurture our own inner child, to be in life-giving energy within ourselves. And when we were not seeing that truth, we could have put an end to working with people in our life who were trying to love and encourage us, because we just had lessons to learn, or we just didn't believe in ourselves. So when we have seen the truth, that's when there's no more shame about the life experience we went through, because we learned the lesson. Life is all about learning lessons. And initially, we can be defensive when we're kind of in our more immature nature and indulging ourselves or being immature. And when we've seen the truth, then we're no longer kind of in the shame and the defensiveness and the pride and ego about it, because we've learned the lesson and we've grown and matured ourselves. And that's like when we're willing to apologize to people and tell them we're sorry. And you just have to listen to your intuition, because some people haven't learned their lessons and they just try to make an offer to people who are still loving and just and fair and all that good stuff. And if you listen to your intuition, you'll see if people are telling the truth or not. And if they're not telling the truth, you wish them peace. And the Queen of Cups, I love you, I wish the best for you, but I'm moving on. I'm keeping moving forward with my life. Because if you're not balanced and stable and illuminated to the truth, I'm going to keep moving forward. I keep wishing you peace. I hope you keep choosing love, but I'm not going to get tangled up in a relationship or a foundation or close, contact in a friendship, whatever dynamic. I'm not going to invest too much time, energy, and effort into you until you choose to align with love. Until you get rid of your competitive nature or your prideful nature or your inner conflict, and let go of the competition, which is their own shadow nature, and then all the people that they might align with that are like competing for their attention to be loving and nurturing to themselves. It's spiritual warfare people got to do within themselves, and until they've done that work within themselves and see the truth, it's like, I wish you peace. I'm not going to try to manipulate you and control you. So you got, from the wisdom for healing cards, you got transform worrisome thoughts. Today's lesson: be aware of anything you're worrying about. What do you do when you're worried? How much power do you lose, and from what part of your body? Your goal: to observe how much worrying affects your health and to counter the stress of this emotion with prayer and positive action. And the Power of Surrender card: surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. And for the quote calendar, you got April 29th. The best revenge is to not be like your enemy. Marcus Aurelius. I think most of the quotes in this calendar are from old philosophers, like from year zero. The best revenge is to not be like your enemy. If there's people in your life that that have a lot of people trying to manipulate them, control them, tempt them, the more that whenever you come in contact with this person or people, that you try to be just and fair and open and honest and respectful in life-giving energy, you're not trying to control people into aligning with you. You're trying to inspire people to align with you. You're trying to get them to see the truth that the people that they might emotionally be connected to from their past maybe don't have their best interests at heart. Or those people would be encouraging them to be bold and brave and balanced and to love and nurture themselves. But they might not be encouraging them to believe in themselves and love themselves, because then the people that they have in their life can't control them or manipulate them or tempt them, And as you keep kind of being contrary, maybe in a loving way, to the other people in their life who might be competitive, might be manipulative, might be controlling, might be in pride and ego, not investing in them, still trying, that they could still be looking back at. It's like, if you want to keep returning to people in your past who weren't willing, who are prideful and stubborn and weren't investing in you, you can keep investing. You can keep wanting to take passionate action towards those people, because of your own fear and insecurity. And you can keep repeating that pattern. Or you can stand up for yourself and start investing time, energy, and effort into saying, why do I keep investing in people who hurt me, who aren't loving and warm and kind and respectful to me, and maybe try to emotionally confuse me? I mean, you're moving forward and you're trying to be in life-giving energy. You're speaking your emotional truth, that you are not trying to put an end to people's victory. You're trying to shed the past so that everybody can take bold, creative action forward. And if people's viewpoint is still about the world or materialism, that's okay. You do that. I'm moving forward. It's not how I view life. So there you go, Aquarius energy. I wish you all peace, love, and joy, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.